Televisa presenta.
That is me, and in this video, I'll be cooking mole with my Mexican friends.
Are you recording?
Yeah, you're on camera.
Yeah, let's go.
And those two handsome gentlemen, that's Jose and Kevin, our head chefs for this operation. And as they prepare this dish, I want to tell you how rich, complex, and deeply rooted mole is in Mexican heritage. Mole is far more than just a sauce. It is a culinary masterpiece that symbolizes the fusion of indigenous and Spanish cultures. Oh, and Kevin, can you please tell us what you're holding here?
Caldo de pollo, garlic, onion, salt.
Cool. While many international palates associate it primarily with the chocolate-infused mole poblano, which is what we're making here in the video, the term actually encompasses a vast family of sauces varying by region, color, and ingredients. And a traditional preparation can involve dozens of components, also shown here in the video, including chiles, nuts, seeds, warm spices like cinnamon, and even charred tortillas or bread used as thickeners. The result is a velvety, multi-layered profile that balances smoky, sweet, and savory notes. This dish is a cultural emblem of Mexico and its culture. And in this video, we'll be analyzing it through different lenses to describe its relevance and relation to popular culture. The history of mole is very complex and filled with legends and speculations, but the earliest roots of the term mole can be tracked back to the Aztec Empire, which is roughly 500 years ago, by the way, where the word mole or mole meant sauce or mixture. In order to make these sauces, the Aztecs used ingredients such as pumpkin seeds, tomatoes, and chiles. And over time, as Spain continued colonizing what is now Mexico, the cuisines and cultures of the indigenous peoples in Spanish started blending in. Ingredients from overseas, such as nuts and cinnamon, started being shipped across the ocean, and over time, mole, as we know it today, started emerging.
Raisins? They want. Yo.
What are you holding?
Almonds.
Crazy. One of the most widely known types of mole is mole poblano, the one we're making here. And there's a lot of speculation regarding the origins and formation of this type of mole. For instance, there is this specific myth that attributes mole to the convent of Santa Rosa in Puebla. And this myth, the nuns were expecting the special visit of the Viceroy of New Spain and wanted to create a high-level dish for him. So they combined many different ingredients, namely chiles and chocolates, into a new sauce and served it over turkey. The bishop really liked it and recommended it to the people around him. And so over time, mole grew into popularity to the point where it became recognized as a luxurious food for the elite. That said, these days mole is a very complex food, since it could be served in a 5-star Michelin restaurant or at a local restaurant in a small town. And here, we could analyze the background and history of mole from Stuart Hall's lens. Considering his third definition of popular culture, where this is viewed as a class struggle and a tug-of-war between the hegemonic and subordinate cultures, since its Aztec origins, mole could be seen as a food for the hegemonic culture, since mole was used as a ritual food and it was offered to the gods and royalty. In addition, over time, as European and Aztec cultures started blending together, mole was still appropriated by the hegemonic culture, being painted as a luxurious food. And still, nowadays, mole is a part of varying cuisines. And although its ingredients can still be considered expensive, and this video wasn't very budget-friendly, it is much more accessible to the public, quote-unquote popular culture, and is served in many different households in Mexico. Now, mole is no longer considered a food for the elite, but rather a food for the Mexican people. Pilcher argues that a national cuisine like this one is not something that just exists naturally, but is carefully constructed through cultural exchange, colonialism, and the seek for common history. In order for the people of Mexico to really feel united during the 19th and 20th centuries, Mexico needed to create a national kitchen. That's why Mexico became renowned for its cultural foods, because it represents the blending of the Spanish and Aztec roots and coming up with something that truly represents Mexican culture. And as Pilcher suggests, when people start eating the same national dish, They begin to see themselves as a part of that nation, and mole contributed to just that in Mexico. Talking about mole as if it's a small part of the Mexican national cuisine seems in a way to simplify the effect of mole on Mexican cuisine, since there are literally dozens of different mole recipes. There are 7 classic types of moles in Oaxaca, and anywhere from 50 to 70 recognized regional varieties in Mexico. Therefore, although mole unites Mexico as a whole, each community in Mexico elevated the dish and changed it in a very special way. For instance, mole poblano, originating from Puebla, is a thick and dark mole which blends molato, ancho, and pasilla chiles. And this type of mole is great at blending sweet and spicy notes. And it is the type of mole that is being prepared in this video. Another type of mole is mole negro, originating from Oaxaca, Mexico, and with pitch black color, this time consuming a variety of mixes with chiloacle negro, chile molato, and chile pasilla to give it its distinctive taste. And I really hope I wasn't butchering those pronunciations. Another one is mole verde, which is a green variety of mole that contains a lot of different herbs and is fresh and bright. This type of mole does not use chocolate and rather relies on the green ingredients to give it its unique flavor, using things like tomatillos, chile serrano, chile jalapeno, and cilantro. So I think it's safe to say that each type of mole has its own unique charm and is definitely worth trying. Making and trying mole and having Jose and Kevin introduce me to Mexican culture made me realize how similar it is to my Arabic culture. And among the beautiful, great similarities that these two cultures have, like great music, great food, great people, there is one big similarity, and it's being clean. So please enjoy our quick cleaning session.
Now.
This is Maxime, a billionaire from Oro Valley, and he never communicates with anyone below the net worth of $43 million. You probably haven't seen him around much in town because he doesn't like ghetto places. This young gentleman is Miguel. Miguel is from downtown Tucson and he gets paid $5 an hour. He's a really humble and nice guy. You know what's the common factor between these two? They are both enjoying mole poblano. So to conclude this video, I will leave you with a nice time lapse of different classes enjoying mole. I know everyone's wondering, why didn't they get any of the mole to class? It's because we ate all of it. Thank you for watching.